What's up, Taiwan? Good evening. I'm Leslie Liao with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan on Tuesday relaxed a decade-long ban on food imports from Fukushima and surrounding areas in Japan. The ban was imposed after the Fukushima nuclear power plant was damaged by an earthquake in 2011. Taiwan's cabinet says all imports will be inspected using international standards, and some items like wild bird meat, mushrooms, and canola remain prohibited. Rick Lauer reports.
These strawberries are no longer forbidden fruit. For over a decade, such imports from Fukushima were banned in Taiwan. But now, the government is relaxing curbs on food from Japan's Fukushima region. This, despite remaining concerns about the safety of imports from the site of one of the world's worst nuclear disasters. The ban has been a sticking point between Taiwan and Japan, and President Tsai Ing-wen needs Tokyo's support for Taiwan's application to join the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership, or the CPTPP. This massive trade bloc is composed of 11 countries around the Pacific Rim, including Canada, Japan, and New Zealand.
台湾的确愿意根据国际规范来进行我们的这个经贸措施。今天的这个调整措施会是我们参加 TPP 的一个非常大的助力。
Joining the bloc would boost trade and help Taiwan reduce its economic reliance on China at a time when tensions are rising across the strait. Just a handful of countries, including South Korea and China, forbid some or all of Fukushima imports. But in a 2018 referendum, residents in Taiwan overwhelmingly voiced support for the ban, and there is a risk that the change in policy will cost Taiwanese president political capital ahead of local elections in November. The major opposition party, the Kuomintang, or KMT, is looking to take advantage.
我们坚决反对的立场，我们支持所有能够维护我们食安的食品进口，但是我们绝对不能支持这样粗糙、这样霸凌民意、这样不跟人民沟通的一场开放核实的一个过程。
2 months ago, Tsai came out on top against the opposition in a referendum on a similar issue: US pork imports containing a controversial additive. And this recent move to lift the ban on certain items from Fukushima shows her confidence in weathering local political opposition in her bid to strengthen Taiwan's ties abroad. Alex Chen and Rick Lauer for TaiwanPlus.
The U.S. Department of Defense has announced its approval of a possible $100 million sale of equipment to maintain Taiwan's Patriot missile defense system. The Pentagon says the proposed sale will help improve Taiwan's security and assist in maintaining political stability, military balance, economic development, and progress in the region. Taiwan first purchased Patriot missiles in the 1990s and has stepped up efforts in recent years to upgrade and maintain its defense capabilities amid military pressure from China. The sale still needs approval from Congress. Taiwan has been in the grip of an acute egg shortage for over a month, and people have been scrambling to hunt them down before they sell out. Bing Wang finds out why and what the government is doing about it.
These people are lining up around the corner. That's because they just got word that this market has eggs in stock. Eggs have been in short supply for several weeks now, and any that can be found are snapped up quickly. Some people even travel up to 150 kilometers just to get their hands on them.
听说有些人跑到中部来买鸡蛋，因为现在这个南来北往很方便哈，所以我听说有些人到台中来扫货，也造成我们市面上有一点点短缺哈。那而且价钱有稍微在提高。
There are a few reasons for the scarcity: cold weather, a December outbreak of avian flu at a chicken farm in central Taiwan, and an increase in the price of corn for chicken feed.
我们讲玉米好了。 在去年大概是在7块多，那今年飙涨到15块。
To deal with the rising costs of raising chickens, the Council of Agriculture has hatched a plan to help chicken farmers, and are not putting all their eggs in one basket. The council will give farmers a subsidy of 3 NT dollars or 18 US cents for every 600 grams of eggs, as well as 25 NT dollars or 90 US cents for each egg-laying chicken. The government has also waived tariffs for importers of soybeans, wheat, and corn to offset rising chicken feed prices.
就是要给农民一个价位给他产生出来。如果你给他奖励一点，他就留住在生蛋。
But in the short term, the government is importing more eggs from Australia, Japan, and the United States. These measures will continue until the end of the month, by which time officials hope to have local shelves fully stocked again. Klein Wong and Bing Wong for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's Central Epidemic Command Center on Tuesday reported 26 new domestic cases of COVID-19 in a significant rise. There were also 22 new imported cases. Louise Watt reports.
Over the Lunar New Year, thousands of people traveled across Taiwan, despite concerns that those festivities could kick off a new round of infections. On Tuesday, those concerns seemed to materialize, with more than 24 local infections reported. But for now, current quarantine rules will stay in place until the end of February. Arrivals can spend up to half of their 14-day quarantine at home under certain conditions. The health minister told a radio show that Taiwan would follow a different path to other countries.
棒球可以跟疫苗所谓的与病毒共存啊，我们不要那棒球，我们要在可控的范围里面做。在10天了以后，你可能是10天全集中检疫嘛，你可能是7天全检疫，你可能是5天全检疫。
But the health minister explained that such changes would only be considered after the Lantern Festival on February the 15th. Also on February the 15th, migrant workers from the Philippines and Vietnam will be allowed back into Taiwan. They join workers from Indonesia and Thailand who were allowed back in from late last year. Migrant workers, along with all foreigners without residency, were barred from entering Taiwan in May last year. Should borders be reopened, Health Minister Chen Shizhong says Taiwan would do it gradually, with business travellers allowed in before tourists. And that will only happen if the COVID situation is under control. Karma Xu and Louise Watt for TaiwanPlus.
Russian figure skater Kamila Valieva has made Olympic history at the Winter Games in Beijing. The 15-year-old sensation became the first woman to land a quadruple jump in Olympic competition and followed it up with a second. The feat earned her first place in the women's single free skating event and helped the Russia Olympic Committee claim gold in the team figure skating event. USA won silver, with Japan taking the bronze. All eyes were on the athlete who lit the Olympic torch at the 2022 Winter Games on Friday night, Dinagir Ilamujin. But the attention was less about her athletic prowess and more about her Uyghur ethnicity. Here's how Chinese officials explained it.
正在汇集各族人民，这同时也体现出中国是一个民族团结的大家庭。
Now that was the message from Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Zhao Lijian on Monday night. China has faced criticism for its human rights record, above all its treatment of the Uyghur people, which some say amounts to genocide. There have been protests against the games in cities around the world, and several countries are staging diplomatic boycotts. The Taiwan women's football team has arrived back in Taiwan following defeat at the AFC Asian Cup in Mumbai, India. All 36 members of the team were wearing special protective gear after 9 players and staff tested positive for COVID-19. The government chartered a special flight to bring the team home safely on the orders of President Tsai Ing-wen. It's been a tough ride for the football players, dealing with COVID and losing to Vietnam in the quarterfinals. It was the closest they got in 32 years to advancing directly to the FIFA Women's World Cup, but they still have one more shot. They'll head to a playoff tournament in February 2023, where 10 teams will vie for the final 3 spots. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. I'm Leslie Liao. Finally, we leave you with images of an Algerian artist who creates striking pieces of art from spare car parts. Now, I think I see my old muffler in there somewhere. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. See you next time, and take care.